Hey YouTube, Dragonology99. It's a little late, so I'm going to be talking a little quieter than usual. But I just wanted to show you guys a little bit about the new Exceed mechanic that's been in the OCG for a bit, and basically how we can use it in Disaster Dragon, how it's going to fit into the extra deck, and some other Exceeds that might find their way into other decks or just be general staples in everyone's. So, first off, Exceeds are summoned with a certain number, usually 2, of the same level monster, and what you do is you take 2 monsters, let's say 2 level 3 monsters, they're on the field, you stack them on top of each other, and then Exceed summon the Exceed. It doesn't matter which way, they can be like that, but when you stack them, they all have to be vertically aligned. I'm not sure if that means that they have to be summoned in attack position, but it did say vertically aligned. So maybe when you summon Exceeds in defense, it goes like that. I'm not sure yet. But the important part of Exceeds is when you Exceed summon, the materials are no longer counted as being on the field. Or cards at all for things like Secret Barrel. This means that you can get away with tricks like special summoning Totem Dragon with its effect, summoning Delta Flyer, increasing Totem's level, stacking them on top of each other, and Exceed summoning. Now what happens here is if you use an Exceed monster as an effect, or it gets destroyed and the materials go to the grave, they're not treated as being sent from the field to the grave. As soon as you Exceed summon, they're treated as being no longer on the field. So this means that cards like Totem Dragon or Plague Spreader Zombie, if you special summon them from the grave using their effects and then Exceed summon, they get sent back to the grave when you're done using them as material monsters. So usually Disaster Dragon would, in a pinch, you could summon Totem, summon Delta Flyer, increase Totem's level, and then sink for Iron Chain Dragon. Now, a brand new Exceed called number 17 Revised Dragon, rank 3 water, 2000 attack, 0 defense. You can do that same Totem Delta Flyer play, but instead of Totem getting removed, you can save that Totem for future use by using it on Revised Dragon. Now his stats may not be very good, but his effect is you can remove 1 Exceed material from this card to increase its attack by 500 permanently. So it does have the same attack as Iron Chain, so it still is 2500, and if it lives another turn, you can remove the other one and it goes up to 3000. The only downside to this is if it no longer has any Exceed materials, it can't attack directly. So it is a little balanced there, but it's still very good. 2500 beater and a potential 3000 wall is good, and it doesn't have that nasty little mill effect because a whole lot of decks love being milled nowadays. So it doesn't mill your opponent into something good. So this is a good option. Saves Totem. It is a dragon. It is the only Exceed dragon. It happens to be the main character's dragon, so we can expect different forms or support or something or other to this dragon. The other big dragon, or not really a dragon, but the other main Exceed that I saw used for in Disaster Dragon was this. And this guy's called Empty Space Sea Serpent Leveal, I think is how you say it. He's another 3 rank. He has 1800 attack, 1600 defense, the same as Red Eyes Wyvern. He's a wind type too. His effect is once per turn you can remove an Exceed material from this card to special summon a level 4 or lower remove from play monster from either player's remove from play zone to your side of the field. Basically what this means is if you have a Totem that was removed previously, or you have a Wyvern that has been removed previously,
you can take this Exceed, remove that material, and special summon that monster. Not only do you get a free monster on the field, which offsets the minus of Exceed summoning, but you now have, when it goes to the grave, you've now reused, reset your Wyvern. So this Exceed may cause people to stop running Burial in their decks, because we have a much easier way to recycle Wyverns and Totems or anything that gets hit by Bottomless. As long as it's under level 4. But I see these two as the best options. One, because they look like dragons, which is always cool. But two, because this one is a dragon, and they're both level 3, or rank 3, which means we have plenty of ways to summon them. We've got the standard Totem Flyer play. One turn play, doesn't use up anything other than the Delta Flyer in your hand. So you go into this, and then you can still use your totem because it's a dragon. We've got Delta Flyer and Mass Dragon, Mass Dragon and Mass Dragon, Mass Dragon and Exploder Dragon. Delta Flyer and another Delta Flyer would work as well, or Delta Flyer and Exploder Dragon. But because of Mass Dragon being a searcher, not only that, but you can use Dread Dragon to add the other ones to your hand. It should be really easy to get into rank 3 Exceeds in this deck. Not to mention, that's a big plus for using Totem, because you get to reuse Totem, and you basically, you've offset the minus of using an Exceed, because you just use Totem from the grave. Which is even better if you go into this and then summon a Wyvern, because then you just got a +1 off that summon. So,
the other Exceeds I was looking at were these 7. Let's see, this one comes in the structure deck, and his name is Gatetsu. He's rank 2. There's only 2 rank 2s right now. 1800 defense, 500 attack. If it would be destroyed, you can remove from play and Exceed material instead of destroying it. And when it's face up on the field, all face up monsters you control gain 200 attack and defense for each of its Exceed materials. So it's a great way to wall in a bunch of decks, like decks that use 2-star monsters, or if you get in a pinch and go Totem Dread. Unfortunately, we don't have a lot of room in the extra deck anymore, which is why I said these two would be the best option, but he's still something you might see. This one's in Dual Terminal 12, which should be Hidden Arsenal 6 over here. He's actually Digusta Phoenix. He's a Pyro Wind, which is unique. I don't think there's any other Pyro Winds, but he's 1500 attack, 1100 defense, and his effect is you can remove one of this card's Exceed material monsters to select one wind monster you control, and during that turn it can attack twice. So this is a pretty good card because we run a whole lot of wind monsters: Kyakumaru, Wyvern, Delta Flyer, Dodger Dragon, but again, he's a 2 rank, which is a little hard for us to summon, so he might not see much play in Disaster Dragon. I think I'm going to cut it short here and go on to part 2. So, see you then.